listening to INCRadio.
Broadcasting live from Chicago, Illinois. DZEM 954 AM station. Here to bring you great conversations about faith, people, places, culture, and recent events all around the district. Join us on YouTube at INCRadio.org. Hello, Northern Midwest and the rest of the world. It's time to get this show started.
Now it's time to get the show started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who tune into INT Radio Northern Midwest Satellite Studio, where we'll once again share the activities of the districts of Great Lakes and Northern Plains. We're glad to have you with us on this really wonderful Saturday of 59 degrees Fahrenheit here in the Chicago area. So we've left winter behind. And spring is just around the corner, and I'm not looking forward to the allergies that are coming with it, but I am looking forward to putting away the winter jackets and all of that. And not only that, but all of the activities that are coming up and what we've done actually in both our districts. So before we get into our topic discussion for this afternoon, which is, as you've seen in our promos, we're talking about cookies today. A very delicious dessert. So while you get your thoughts on cookies going, don't forget to share that in our YouTube live chat, which is already quickly filling up from not only districts of Great Lakes and Northern Plains, but also from, I see, Northeast California of Sister Luce and Brother Andrew there in Seattle, Washington. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. But let's first, as I mentioned, let's learn about the activities that have been recently done again in the districts of Great Lakes and Northern Plains. So let's find that out in this week's CFO in Action.
Things just got dicey, pun intended, over the past week in the ecclesiastical district of Great Lakes, with brethren sheltering indoors from the Arctic blast and pouring their competitive spirit, this time on board games. You could almost see the wheels on their brain turning, trying to outmatch and out-strategize the other side. Let's head on west, where brethren in Minneapolis proved that no one is too young to level up on tools for connecting, community building, and faith sharing. INC Kids just had lessons on the basics of American Sign Language. Keep practicing! Meanwhile, our little brothers and sisters in St. Paul recently held the Musical Notes activity. What a great way to enrich or awaken a child's interest in music, which is a lifelong passion for many of our listeners. And speaking of INC Kids, you may have missed seeing the Great Lakes kiddos in recent shows, but they're still drawing, still crafting, still exercising, and still being mentored by our hardworking CWS officers. Propagational efforts are a constant in the daily lives of the Church of Christ members. Kansas City recently shared with us their Q&A Bible mission, and Cincinnati sent us pictures from their recent Friday Youth Mission and Welcome My Brethren activities. What's also in full swing are the INC giving activities all over the region. We previously mentioned an Arctic blast that swept North America. Chicago North and Rockford Brethren used the opportunity to show up for their fellow man and hold winter clothing drives. May our Almighty God bless your generous hearts. We are still commemorating the founding anniversary of SCAN and CMDPS, with Great Lakes officers coming together for a special gathering. May this serve as an inspiration for our beloved brethren to keep using their gift and profession to shine the light of our values on the world. For CFO in Action in Great Lakes and Northern Plains, this is Sister Iris Price.
Woo! Very, very exciting. Always exciting seeing all the different happenings of the activities here in our two districts that comprise Northern Midwest, our nom nom noms, very apt for today's topic. Shout out to all of our brethren here in the District of Great Lakes, as well as the District of Northern Plains. And hello still to everyone who's there in Team Live Chat who's commenting away regarding our topic for today, which is, if you can see it, again, it's chewy or crunchy. And part of I guess collabing with our two districts today, we have some some original OG, some OG district of Great Lakes, I guess. Well, technically,
I
we're
thought
also northern, right?
I thought you were gonna say cookie lovers, but I mean that's true too.
Yeah, yeah. We'll just call them cookie lovers. They're very esteemed cookie lovers. They're known for their love of cookies and general baking in general. I don't know who to introduce first, because I'm very close to both of them. So I'm hoping one of them will just unmute and then just well, we'll go to our district, our multimedia uh, not advisor, director in our district of Great Lakes. Let's say hello to her. You heard her on our OBB as well. She's the voice.
Hello, everyone.
Woo!
I hope you enjoyed the YouTube shorts for this episode.
Hint, 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 hint. Yes, that'll be coming up in a little bit too. Actually, if you didn't catch the promotions, you'll be seeing a little bit more of that in today's broadcast. But that's Sister Leslie Esguerra. She's from the District of Great Lakes, as well as the local congregation of, I almost said Bloomingdale, not Bloomingdale, Naperville. And we also have with us, I announced him a couple of weeks ago as the district CFO advisor in the District of Great Lakes. So let's say hello to him. Hello, Paul. So excited to have you back here.
Hello, hello. I will happily take the title of OG of cookie lover, cookie enthusiast.
How
Nice
are
to
you?
see all of you once more.
Yes, Ka Edison is definitely original cookie lover, very known for that and his reputation here in our district. So thank you for being on with us today. And we actually have some materials that we're going to play as we talk about our discussion. So for our cookie lovers, I'm a cookie lover myself, but I don't know if I'm as intense as Brother Edison or Aunt Leslie, because I don't cook, I don't bake, and I don't eat that much cookies. But between the two of you, and feel free to unmute. Are you team chewy or are you team crunchy? I already saw team chewy. One vote for team chewy there in team live chat. So what are your thoughts, Paul?
You go first, Ka Leslie.
Okay. I'm a little of both. Actually, the cookies that I make, I really like that they're crispy on the edge and then chewy in the middle. So that's my preference.
Mhm. I think, I mean, I like both as well, but if I'm going to choose, I would have to do chewy. Now that I think about it, if I have crunchy, I'll end up dipping it in milk so that it becomes chewy.
And is it always with milk?
For the most part, yes, milk. I'm kind of different though, because when I eat cookies, sometimes I crave water, cold water, to
See,
wash
I've
out.
started eating my cookies with coffee. I don't know that that's a good
Okay.
idea.
I was gonna say that to Leslie. Same. I eat my cookies with coffee.
Is it, you,
That's a good question too for team live chat. What's your choice of beverage with your cookies? Because I used to be milk, but now I think I just drink water for the most part with mine. But coffee is also another good one. And you can see on the screen, I wonder who's this cooking. These cookies are
I wonder what time it was too.
Yeah.
No, I actually never. I'm sure I've said it in prior episodes, but I've never really baked until lockdown. I decided to learn how to bake properly during the lockdown, and now this is kind of become I need something sweet to eat, so I'm gonna make a quick batch of cookies. So.
Wow. I wish I was that outgoing. What about you?
Paying attention to the video.
Taking tips,
so
right?
focused.
Right.
I'm so focused.
It looks really good. That's the classic, right? Chocolate chip is definitely the classic. But are there any other flavors that you guys prefer to chocolate chip, or is that your go?
So what you can't tell from the video or the pictures is that this has a slightly salty taste to it. There's a little bit more salt than a normal. So you get that sweet and salty taste, almost like a butterscotch feel from a normal chocolate chip cookie. So it's not fully sweet. There's a little twinge of salt just to get that other taste bud going.
Yeah,
But you add the salt while baking? Because I know there are some that do the salt after.
I do it while. Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
recipe that I use, I it's in the dough, so that's why it's all over. But I have seen it where they put there's a special type of salt that they put
Right.
on top right after it just finished baking,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. And I know somebody out there is going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's fleur de sal is called. It's a special kind of salt. Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
people put, or sea salt. I've seen that.
Sea salt. Not Himalayan salt, right? Not promoting also, by the way.
Well, that's a pink salt, so it's yes,
The
it's a
pink
different
salt,
kind
yeah.
of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, this, I mean, it looks traditional, but yeah, there's a slight twist to it. But I did have a cookie. I'm not. I wish I could promote it, but I'm not gonna. But it's in the within the Caribbean district. There's a bake shop that I visited there when I was in Miami, and I had the best espresso chocolate chip cookie I've had in my life. That I think about it often, and and they also had a s'more cookie. It was a deep dish s'more cookie. So, being from the Chicago area, deep dish really resonates with us here.
Uh-oh.
They
Do
call
you
us-
like eating? Do you like eating cookies with ice cream?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Yes.
We're all in the same boat there. Chewy or crispy, right? Chewy or crispy.
I don't know that I know anyone that's. I mean, I saw in Team Live Chat. There's some that are Team Crispy, but I just don't know how crispy because I feel like in a typical cookie, the center is pretty chewy most of the time, and then the outside is already kind of. So you kind of have a little bit of both, right? I don't know if
Right.
anyone aims for a particular one, but I think I'm Team Chewy also, not Team Crunchy. Any other flavors that you think of, Ka Edison, that you prefer?
Well, what I'm besides the chocolate chip, of course, I like chocolate chip oatmeal because usually they put raisins in oatmeal,
Yeah,
but
no raisins.
I love chocolate chip oatmeal.
Yeah, no, chocolate chip oatmeal is really good.
Mm-mm.
I also like a good old fashioned peanut butter cookie.
Oh,
Mm.
it's straight up peanut butter.
I'm
Yeah, I
with
love.
you.
Yes.
I wish I knew how to make all of these, but I don't. But I
Last
Sister
year,
Tony, one day we're gonna go live and we're going to teach you and we're gonna do it all together.
that would be so awesome. Team Live Chat, if you're interested in seeing that, a live demonstration of cookie baking, please let us know. I'm definitely for Team Chocolate Chip, a very classic for me. Sometimes I like also the white. This is the only time, one of the only times I'll eat white chocolate is the white chocolate macadamia nut. I don't know if you guys have
Oh
seen
yes.
that would be
Those
the
are good too.
I have a follow-up question though. Do you think there's any cookies that are overrated that you've tried? Any
Ooh,
overrated flavors?
overrated.
Yeah.
I for me, I'm not a fan of anything that has too many things mixed in.
Mm,
Like it just gets too complicated, I think, at that point.
Less cookie and all the mix-ins.
Yeah.
Like,
So you don't like cookies that have like chocolate chip, pretzel, peanuts?
yeah.
I mean, they're
all of the
okay,
above.
but it really depends on the proportion of the ingredient and the size because it takes over.
when
Right.
you said that, it made me think of those kind of like birthday cake cookies.
Yeah, they're like, or the kitchen sink cookie. Have you ever heard of
Yeah,
that? Where it's like
that's-
everything.
That's what
every-
it's called, with everything in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything but the kitchen sink, like that.
oh,
Yeah.
that's why it's called that. That's
Yes, that's what it's called because they
it has
literally put everything in there.
Right.
I mean, if we were to go back to like something simple, which I think everyone seems to be a fan of, I like a good sugar cookie, maybe. Yes.
Yes.
Salted
underrated.
caramel.
Yeah.
Or like a
Or
shortbread.
doodle. Or yes.
Yes.
Shortbread cookie.
Yeah, those are really underrated ones. I'm not promoting. But there's a specific one that I really like. It's like an oval shape and it has chocolate and
Yes, I
milk.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my one of my top favorite cookies. Just because it's so simple, I feel like you can't go wrong with the simple ones. You get to
And-
really enjoy it.
That's the best in milk.
I like the simple cookies that are, I guess, intensified. Like some companies where their cookies are so thick, but it's still just chocolate chip. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
Well,
I still
in
have yet
your
to
side
try
of the
it over
district,
there. Chicago.
In your
I know
district, Brother Edison, there is a cookie place up by, I believe, in the Minneapolis area. That the cookies are as big as your face.
So I need to.
My
I know where to
favorite.
visit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have
Really
a place to visit now.
So when you're in the area, Bob, you
I'll,
should grab one or a few.
I'll remember a few.
I
Most
want to show that
definitely.
picture out to Leslie. I was trying to look for it because I know you said that before. She actually had a picture of the cookie. It's literally Brother Edison. It's really as big as your face. Like you have to go for in the Minnesota area. Shout out to Gretchen because she always comes through with those. But like I like what you mentioned earlier, at Leslie, because when we're talking about baking, like that's definitely you brought it up was during the lockdown, right? Is that something that you started to do with your kids as well? Like shout out to Cami and Chloe. Did you get to do baking with them too?
Um, they're definitely the end users of the, the baking. But Chloe, no, Chloe enjoys helping. She likes to help measure things and form the the cookie dough balls to put on the sheet. But yeah, she's helped out. Cami likes to eat them.
Hi, Cami.
Go Cammy.
Have you ever tried, Brother Edison, without the MJ baking the cookies? Have you dabbled at all?
Actually, just last week, my wife introduced baking to my daughter, and so it was their
Yay!
first time baking together, and we
Aw.
got and they made some chocolate chip cookies, and it was good. Yeah, I liked it. Approved.
Also a beneficiary of the baking.
What are some tips that I guess you guys have discovered, whether through eating, consuming, or just through cooking at Leslie? Some tips that you can give to those out there who are trying to bake a cookie, maybe for the first time.
So from that video, you saw that my oven settings are digital now. I got a new oven, so they're digital, but I still don't necessarily trust it. I don't know how well calibrated it is. So as a baker, knowing that your oven is really to the temperature it should be is key. Because if there's a slight difference, your cookies will either be too crunchy or not cooked through enough if you're off. So I still believe that that's a tip that I would give to everyone else, is to put a regular oven thermometer in your oven just to make sure it's calibrated to the right temperature.
The more you know, especially coming from someone who doesn't bake.
Well, because
But
before,
I
when you
have
have those digit or the analog, not analog, just the regular dials on your oven, you're just hoping you're at 350. You could be like at 340. You could be at 360. You don't know.
I have a question for you, Sister Leslie.
Sure.
If you don't want to make like a whole batch of cookies and you just want like one or two cookies, aren't there like microwave hacks where you can make a cookie?
Oh, I've seen those. I've never tried them because I'm always scared of raw egg not cooking correctly.
Like putting
That's
it
my
in a
only
ramen.
fear.
That makes sense.
But I think if you buy those, I think they have them pre-made in a cup. Like you just stick it in the
I also think
microwave.
I think there's some recipes online that you can look for. But for me, I'd probably just make the whole batch. If I just
Yeah, don't let any of
Yeah.
it go to waste.
Yeah, that works for me. I usually make them and then I hand them out at work, and they're like, "Why'd you make cookies?" I'm like, "I wanted one or two." I was like, "You guys get the rest."
But is there ever, I guess, is there ever thing as too many cookies, Ka Edison?
too many cookies. I don't know. I never heard of that term before. Too many cookies. That's foreign. That's foreign.
Or no, what I really like about baking, because I did see that throughout the pandemic, right? It's a very nice activity to kind of bring everybody together, right? It's something that we like to do to strengthen the bond, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Ka Edison. Shout out to Sister Mary Jo, being able to have that bonding moment with the kids. It's really important, right? And it's a good important skill to teach them too.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice seeing them bake together, and you know, having my daughter do the measurements, and it was nice.
Shout out to them. So we hope everybody. I feel like the consensus for today is Team Chewy. I didn't see too many Team Crunchy Kuya Abe. I did have some.
Ooh, someone
I
said something about air fryer cookies.
what?
Oh, now
You gotta
that's
try that. That's something you gotta try.
yeah. I think I need to try that too.
I was gonna say we moved on from a generation of oven users to air fryer users. Like everyone's been doing air frying hacks. Maybe that's a future topic.
Ooh,
we
So that's
love
a good one. There's a lot
Ooh.
of air fryer hacks, like for all kinds of food, really.
yes, yeah. That's gonna bring us to another episode, I'm sure.
I
I'll be
volunteer. I
there.
have
I'll
an
be
air
there.
fryer.
There you go. There you go.
3 different kinds of air fryer. I volunteer.
I think we need to cut you off there. This also because we're gonna keep going on with talking about food and air fryer because I remember I tried cooking steak in an air fryer, which not too bad, but yeah, we don't want to prolong this too much. But I think there are others we'd like to learn from today, which include our members from CSD, Christian Society for the Deaf. They're gonna teach us this week how to sign the word cookie. So another way you could tell someone instead of like pointing at your mouth like I'm hungry, feeding a cookie. So here, let's learn from our sister Sophia in Louisville.
This is your sign.
Today, there are many choices of desserts and sweets that everyone can choose from. And one common dessert are cookies. So today, that's what we're going to learn how to sign. Now to sign the word cookie, first we're going to lay out our non-dominant hand just like this. And with our dominant hand, all you have to do is make the letter C. Now next, all you have to do, put the tips of your fingers on the palm just like this. And all you're doing is twisting it forward. Just like this. And that's cookie. Thank you for joining in today's Sign of the Week, and we hope to see you in more future activities.
This is your sign.
Nice. A quick shout out to my sister in the live chat who said she's tried air fried cookies before and little ramekins, and they came out like pizookies, so pizza cookies. And I wanted to ask her why I haven't had one from her yet. It's all right. Next time, maybe I can bug her while we do while we share the winners of last week's hashtag challenge. So, is it Great Lakes? Is it Northern Plains? We'll see. Okay, let's take a look. So honorable mentions from Europe this time around. Sister Melba, Sister CJ, Sister Hillary from the Mediterranean, Great Britain and Italy North. Local congregational second places. Bloomingdale with Sister Rachel Weiser, always in our YouTube live chat. And first place goes to Kansas City. Individually, this time is Brother Edwin Schultz. So congrats, Brother Edwin, on your individual win. Congrats to Kansas City for... Tony, how many weeks have that been now that Kansas City has been?
I want to say 3. I want to say it's been 3 weeks.
4 weeks?
3? Wait, since they've been straight?
Since they've been number one. They've been number one for quite a while.
Yeah.
Go Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Okay, come on, Great Lakes. We need to
make a comeback. We'll make a comeback. Don't worry about it. We got this. We got this. We
nice
got our
competition.
Friendly competition.
I'll make the comeback.
Well, we have you unmuted. To Leslie, do you have any greetings or shout outs before we close out today's show?
Yes, to all my cookie recipients out there, Brother Edison included. Hello to everyone, and hopefully I can send some cookies out in the near future to all of you.
My hands are open. They're ready. I'm already waiting. What about you?
I have your address too, Sister Tony.
Thank you. What about you, brother Edison? Any shout outs or greetings that you'd like to give for today's topic?
Yes, for all my cookie donators or cookie senders, like Sister Leslie. Even though I'm far from her, she'll find a way to give cookies to me. But other than that, I thank everyone for having me as well, and as well as I want to thank the District of Northern Plains and the local congregation of Kansas City, um, and of course the District of Great Lakes as well. We miss you guys.
We're just a few states over, kind of. I don't know, like
Depending.
technically,
Even just
yeah,
one
one.
We're across the river.
across
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's what it is. I was looking for something more like clean. Yeah, across the river is a good one. Thank you,
Yeah, we're still
Atala.
close. We're still close.
Yeah, we're so close. Maybe we can do a joint inter-district activity like a cookie competition, cookie baking
Oh,
Let's
competition.
do it.
yes, I'll be there for sure.
Kyle and Edison will be one of
As-
the judges.
Judge me.
yeah.
I'll
Make it one of the judges.
I'll apply as a judge.
Yeah, we'll make it one of the judges for sure. Thank you so much, Paul. And thank you, Leslie, for joining us today. Thank you, of course, everyone there in Team Live Chat. I'm sorry we didn't get to read all of your comments, but just a shout out to everyone who shared your different thoughts with us. We hope that you enjoyed today's broadcast, and we encourage all of you to continue to tune into INC Radio. Special thanks before we close out the show, of course, to our Great Lakes staff, Brother CJ Manalansan, our District Multimedia Advisor, to our CFO Advisor, Brother Junie Alarin, to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Arthur P. Agag, and to our District Minister, Brother Ermin T. Bendicio. From the Northern Plains staff, we have our Brother Edison Solomon, the CFO Advisor, Brother Almer Parungao, our Northern Plains District Minister, and the rest of the district staff, as well as our INC Radio Station Manager, Brother Arnel Solano, to our Executive Producer, Brother Manly Andaya, to our awesome Kuya Techs in the studio, both in the hangout and behind the scenes, of course, to our brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, our SEBSI President and CFO Coordinator, and of course to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Continue to go out there and be phenomenal, everyone. Please share and like this broadcast, and stay tuned because coming up next is INC Radio Sacramento. We'll see you again same time next week. Take care, everyone, and go have some cookies today with milk or water.
I need to.
Great show, guys.
Definitely coffee.
Coffee.